Hello everyone, I'm the Walrus Clown, and welcome to Walrus Reviews. And I'll review anything, and you're probably going to want to get a martini or pull out your 3DS in the case of the not 21 yet set, because sitting through this was quite the chore. Today, it's the Space Star show, The Teen Force. Otter, roll the intro, please. Okay, first things first. I need to get something out of the way before we get started that I've avoided talking about until now because it's only really relevant in this review and the next two that are coming after this one. All the Hanna-Barbera superhero shows from the 60s and the hero shows added to the canon from the Space Stars programming block are all taking place in the same universe save for Shazam. But that show's universe is clearly taking place in the same multiverse as the others are. This fact has become important because the Space Stars shows have a reoccurring villain named Uglor that appears in at least once in every show during the block, but most prominently appears as the main antagonist during the Teen Force. That being said, let the actual review commence. The Teen Force was about three teens: Elektra, a red-headed girl with telekinetic powers, Kid Comet, an overglorified jock with super speed, and Moleculad, the token black character who could rearrange the molecules of anything, including his own body. And their two annoying sidekicks that will be the scrappies for our show, the Astromites, that travel to our universe from theirs to fight the tyranny of the aforementioned Hero universe shared big bad Uglor. The ruler of a race of 8 men who was born with a mutation that caused him to be born with wings and had dark side-esque beams coming from his eyes because they were bionic. So for people who didn't catch it the first time, the Teen Force is about a multicultural pals teenage retooling of the Galactic Trio and their mentally handicapped Moon Knight sidekicks fighting a giant mutant flying monkey with robot eyes. That sounds completely bonkers insane, which leads to one big question. How on God's green earth did they make this boring? You people heard me. This was completely boring to the point where I was glad to see the two scrappies show up because being annoyed meant that I felt something. Our 3 leads are borderlining blank slates. Moleculad was just there. I only gathered that Kid Comet was a jock because of his hero outfit's resemblance to a football uniform, and Elektra felt more like a background character than the main one. The Astromites just talked incoherent gibberish, and Uglor's plan every single time was to try to lure the Teen Force into an overcomplicated, convoluted trap so he could capture them and get them out of the way so he could unbison the universe.
Of course!
And I can hear you typing in the comments section now. You're saying, "Hey, why are you praising the 60s cartoons but bashing the 80s ones? They were both minimalistic in their storytelling and characterization." Here's my counter-argument. A. Storytelling. While yes, the 60s Hanna action cartoons were minimalistic, they had cheesiness and violence on their side. You actually saw people being hit with Space Ghost's power beams. You saw Meteor Man's punch make contact with the opponent's head. You heard the characters spouting one-liners instead of greeting card morals trying to teach bullshit life lessons. The villains' plans actually had some kind of logic to them. And B. Characterization. It's a good thing that the Teen Force has different races, genders, and outfits, because if I had to go only on their personalities, I couldn't tell you where one ended and the other began otherwise. The 3 of them are almost completely interchangeable. I could tell you at least 3 things about the personalities of the 60s heroes. Example, Birdman. He's very stoic and moral. He's borderlining unflappable to the point of keeping his cool in the Bird Girl episode where she starts taking credit for his heroic deeds, knowing that the truth would come out in the end. He probably needs to get out more because his emotional attachment to his bird Avenger is unhealthy to the point where he's openly committing treason, putting thousands of human lives in danger to ensure the safety of his pet bird when kidnapped. I can't do that with the Teen Force. I can't stress this enough. Sitting through this was a complete and utter chore. If you ever find yourself in a situation where your back's against the wall and you have to watch this, make damn sure you have alcohol on hand. And you know what? This isn't even as bad as it gets, people. Next time it's Astro and the Space Mutts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Here's hoping I can calm down a bit after this is over. See you next time, everyone.